Monica just clocked 40 and she's planning a trip with her three sons, Brian, Nathan, and Chris. At 25, Monica made the life-changing decision to set up retirement accounts for herself. This was not made easily. It was mostly informed by a discussion she had with a random stranger at a coffee shop. What she mostly got out of the conversation was that this is the best time to start investing and building good habits. She's currently a registered nurse, making over 140 grand a year, and she does not want to work beyond the next 5 years. Given that she has been saving and investing over half of her salary since the age of 25, she currently has over 3 million in various accounts. Now she's mostly traveling, exploring the world with her family, and looking forward to the next 40 years with them. Her success provides a powerful example of what we can achieve if we are patient and consistent with our savings and investments. This is where building generational wealth starts from. Hi, hello, guten tag. How's it going, everyone? My name is Chris, and welcome to my channel where we discuss personal finance, investing, wealth management, real estate investing, and all-round self-improvement. For those of you who are new to the channel and those returning, you're both equally welcome. As highlighted in the first part of this series, I'm very passionate about investing. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I highly suggest you start from there. The content we're about to discuss is broad enough to be used by anyone and would focus on financial and investment vehicles. Feel free to watch the video as many times as possible to ensure you have the vital information understood. Now, irrespective of where you are in your investing journey, I believe we can all learn from each other. So feel free to share ideas in the comment section. With all that said and done, let's jump right into it. Famed investors, including Warren Buffett, have at different points in time pointed out the value of keeping investments over a long period of time. Based on their experience, it is the best way to ensure your investments will grow over time. From Monica's story, we can clearly see that this is paying off for her. Here's the truth. I strongly believe anyone can build wealth over time with the right amount of effort. When done right, it will help position you to be more financially secure. But first things first, you would need to open a retirement account. These are accounts that allow your money to grow tax-free and end up saving you a significant amount of money over time. For this discussion, we'll strictly focus on two countries within Northern America, specifically the United States and Canada. This is because Canada shares a lot in common with their neighbor to the south. For the United States, we'll only be covering three main retirement accounts: the Roth IRA, the Traditional IRA, and the 401k. And for Canada, we'll be discussing its equivalent, the TFSA, or popularly known as the tax-free savings account, and the individual and group RRSP. Now, the first item on our list is what's known as the Roth IRA, or the Roth Individual Retirement Account. Think of it as an account that provides the holder huge tax breaks, making it ideal for your retirement. Now, every profit you make and every penny withdrawn in retirement stays in your pocket, and it's completely tax-free after the age of 59 and a half. However, you must know that your eligibility to open and contribute to a Roth IRA is strictly based on your income level. For the 2021 tax year, for you to be eligible as a single filer, your income has to be below 140 grand. If your income is too high for a Roth IRA, you'd have to make use of the Traditional IRA. Now, as long as you don't exceed the IRS income limits, you'll be able to contribute the maximum annual amount to your Roth IRA. Also, for the 2021 tax year, the account allows you to contribute up to $6,000 or $7,000 if you're age 50 or above. You can think of the IRA as a basket in which you can grow your assets, including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, or other assets. However, if you withdraw a portion of your earnings before you reach the age of 59 and a half and before the account is at least 5 years old, the earnings may be subject to taxes or penalties. As long as you've owned the account for 5 years or above, and you're at least 59 and a half years or older, you can withdraw your money when you want to, and then you won't have to pay federal taxes. Essentially, your co-SAM will not be reaching into your pocket. Now, for you to take advantage of the savings and compounding potential associated with the Roth IRA, you would need to start investing at the younger age. This will help you get that tax-free compounding to work in your favor for a longer time. You can also take advantage of it irrespective of your age. It's actually a great option for those currently in the lower tax bracket, meaning that you end up having more money to put away for your investments. Now, for Canada, the equivalent to the US Roth IRA is the TFSA, or the tax-free savings account. The wonderful thing about the TFSA is that it's a retirement-focused account and it's fully funded by after-tax money, meaning that there's no tax deduction in the year of the contribution. Think of a TFSA as a savings account that you can invest with, but any earnings on the account are completely tax-free. Actually, think of the TFSA as a portfolio. The actual and full benefits are realized by investing with the funds in the account. So, on a periodic basis, you get to put away the money you want. Now, it must not exceed the maximum annual contribution limit, and you can withdraw it whenever you want to without incurring penalties or taxes. Residents in Canada that are over the age of 18 are allowed to contribute up to $6,000 in 2021. With the TFSA, unlike the Roth IRA, you can actually carry over unused contributions from the previous year. For example, if you're contributing to the TFSA in 2021 for the very first time, and you turned 18 in 2009, which is the year the TFSA was introduced, here's the exciting part. You're actually allowed to contribute the aggregated limits across the years, starting from 2009 till today, meaning that you're eligible to deposit $75,500. Now, amazing, eh? The second retirement account you should consider setting up is what's known as the traditional 401k in the US. The equivalent in Canada is the Group RRSP. Now, the traditional 401k is a tax advantage retirement plan offered or sponsored by many employers. If you're working a regular 9 to 5 or other jobs with benefits, there's a significant possibility that you have a 401k retirement account set up for you. The 401k is a plan you can invest pre-tax money into, and then you're taxed on the money once you begin withdrawing it after the age of 59 and a half or older. Employees are able to contribute to their 401k account through automatic payroll deductions. The 401k makes a lot of sense if your employer offers what's known as a 401k match. This is when your employer matches your contribution dollar for dollar up to a certain amount. Now, it's important to know that your income earned within the account is not subject to tax until the year the funds are withdrawn from the plan. This is usually after your retirement. Now, think of it like this. If you contribute $800 a month into a 401k, it would appear as though you're making $800 less per month. This will save you a huge amount of money in taxes, meaning that you can invest more money. Here's what I think. If the option is available to you, just sign up for it. Also, I do highly suggest that you go for the maximum employer contribution offered. As at 2021, the basic limits on employee contribution are $19,500 per year for workers under the age of 50 and $26,000 for those 50 and above. This includes the $6,500 catch-up contribution. As you can tell, this contribution limit is much higher than your IRA. Now in Canada, you have the Group RRSP, or the Registered Retirement Savings Plan, which is essentially a retirement savings and investment vehicle set up for employees by their employer as a workplace benefit. Similar to the 401k, the RRSP is a tax advantage account that you can contribute pre-tax money into, and it's allowed to grow tax-free until you decide to withdraw, when it is then taxed at the marginal rate as regular income. Also, you're completely free to have both the Group RRSP and the individual RRSP as long as you don't exceed the annual maximum contribution limit. With the Group RRSP, the plan holders' contribution limit and their individual RRSP limits are one and the same. For the 2021 tax year, your RRSP contribution limit is 18% of the earned income you reported on your tax return the previous year, or a maximum of $27,830, whichever is less. The last accounts to be discussed are the Traditional IRA and the individual RRSP. Now, similar to their namesake previously discussed, these allow individuals to save for retirement in tax-sheltered accounts. With a traditional IRA, you can contribute pre or after tax dollars, and your money grows tax-deferred, giving you an immediate tax benefit on every contribution you make. Withdrawals are also taxed at current income after 59 and a half, meaning that you pay taxes when you withdraw the money in retirement. There are currently no contribution age restrictions for both Roth and individual IRA. The key benefit of traditional IRA to Roth IRA is that there are no income limits to open and contribute to a traditional IRA. However, if you don't maximize your annual contribution in a traditional IRA, the room is lost, whereas the Canadian equivalent, the individual RRSP, you can carry forward any unused contribution room indefinitely. Now, the Registered Retirement Savings Plan, as previously mentioned, allows investors to receive a tax deduction on their yearly contributions. The Canadian RRSP also allows for tax-sheltered growth until the funds are withdrawn, presumably at retirement. In the US, there is no maximum age for IRA contributions. However, for the Canadian RRSP, it is pegged at 71 years. We have definitely discussed a lot of details. To make it easier for everyone to remember, here are the key points to take note of for both the Roth IRA and the TFSA. This comparison and differences will focus on the following areas: funding, unused contribution room, withdrawals, eligibility, annual contribution limit, age limit for contribution, and investment options. And for the 401k and Group RRSP, here are the points to remember. This comparison and differences will focus on the following areas: funding, tax implications, unused contribution room limit, contribution limit usage, age limit for contribution, and finally, investment options. Once you've successfully created this retirement account, it is now time to take full advantage of them. There are so many different types of investment vehicles you can take advantage of, from individual stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, exchange-traded funds, guaranteed investment certificates, and the rest. When you properly invest in this, you're letting the money and time perform their magic for you. In the next part of this series, we're going to be focusing solely on how not to time the market. We're going to dive deep and explore index funds. This is a simple and lazy way of buying stocks. Thank you for taking out time to watch the video. If you actually like the content and found it valuable and would like to see more of it, please hit that like button so the YouTube algorithm can also recommend it to other individuals that might find it helpful. If you have thoughts about the video, please engage me and the community in the comment section. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can receive other useful content from this channel. Feel free to add me on Instagram and other platforms. I'll be posting content there daily. Thank you everyone. Till next time, keep putting your future self first.